This video is meant to help you with the revenue question from Unit 7 where we're solving quadratics. So if you just go down to quizzes and Unit 7, this was our problem solving. So you can see it's talking about this theater and how much they should charge. So, first thing to understand about a question like this one is what are the variables. The first variable is R, and it is the revenue earned by the company. The second variable is X, and X is the number of times the company increases the price. Another way you might say this is the number of price increases. So let's read it again. This theater sells tickets for $80 each. At this price, they typically attract 1,000 customers. They've done some research to suggest that each time they increase the price by $4, they will lose 10 customers. Okay, so again, I think it's useful in a question like this one to just color code some of the information, okay? So let's start with their current price, we'll put in red. Their current number of customers, we'll put in green. They want to increase, they're thinking about increasing the price by $4, again, maybe more than one time, and then they're going to lose that many customers, the 10 customers. Okay? Now let's see if we can figure out how to write an equation that would represent this, because what we're trying to do is find the maximum revenue the company can earn. So revenue is equal to price times sales. What did you charge and how many sales did you make? That's how you calculate the revenue of a company. So when we go down to here, what is the representation of the price? The price that they want to charge is $80 plus $4 every time they increase the price. Okay, again, just for demonstration, the $4 that goes with X is I'm going to put in purple. The 80 I'm going to put in red because they correspond to those two pieces of information from the question. They're both pieces of information about the price. As far as the sales is concerned, the company already has 1,000 sales, but they're going to lose, right, hence the negative, 10 customers every time they change the price. So to represent that information, we have 1,000, which does not have an X on it because that's a constant. But then we have a 10x here that is going down every time because you know they lose 10 customers every time they change the price. So for example, if x equals 0, then the price is unchanged, and the revenue would be 80 times 1,000. If x equals 1, the price goes up $4 and they lose 10 sales, so the revenue would be 84 times 990, right? Now here, 80 times 1,000 is 80,000, right? Would be their revenue in that case. In this case, 84 times 990 is 83160. So you can see they already make quite a bit more money if they go ahead and follow this path. The question is, what's the most money they could make? Let's look at the revenue equation again. 80 plus 4x and 1,000 minus 10x. Now, in order to, so we could graph this, right, first of all. So 80 plus 4x times 1,000 minus 10x. And you're going to get a parabola with a very large, so we're talking about numbers like 80,000. And you can see, yeah, how they're doing right now is not that good compared to how they could be doing. They could be making a lot more money, right, as you can see. That this would be where they are now. Would be their y-intercept, right, if they don't change anything. So we're trying to figure out what's the best thing they could possibly do. To figure this out, to get the x value of the vertex, find out how to make each bracket equal to 0. First bracket would be equal to 0, right? So we basically take the first bracket, 80 plus 4x, make it equal to 0. Bring the 80 to the other side, and x equals negative 20. So this is one of the x-intercepts. Okay? Now again, an x-intercept is, we don't actually need that to answer the question. It's just a stepping stone to get us where we want to go. The other bracket is 1000 minus 10x, and we're going to set that equal to 0. So let's call this x-intercept number 1. Okay? Here we're going to go 1000 equals 10x, so we're going to divide both sides by 10, and we get 100 equals x. We're going to call this x-intercept 2. Now, if you want to know a parabola's vertex, you have a formula for this. You know that the formula is the x value of the vertex is equal to x, let's call it just x1, and x2, right? So the two x-intercepts there divided by 2. So the point halfway in between them. What's halfway in between these two? Negative 20 plus 100 divided by 2, which of course is equal to 40. So what does this mean? This means the company should change the price, increase it 40 times. Okay, that's what x equals 40 means. Now it says, what's the maximum revenue they can earn? So to find the maximum revenue, sub in your value for x into the equation. So revenue was equal to 80 plus 4x, 100 minus 10x. Oh, excuse me, 1000 minus 10x. Right? That's what our revenue was. Now, when you sub in the number, you put the 40 in there, and you put the 40 in there. Right? So this means you have 80 plus 160 and 1000 minus 400. Okay, and our maximum revenue would be those two numbers multiplied by each other. So 240 times 600, I get 144 and 3 zeros. Okay, and that's the maximum revenue the company can earn. By the way, if you look on the graph, that point would be up here, right? They should change the price 40 times, and they will earn a revenue of $144,000. So I go back here, 144,000, and that's how that one's done.